At Personal Edge Fitness, we make people stronger, faster, leaner. But those aren't the reasons our clients keep coming back. The real result, the one that changes everything, is confidence. It's the hidden workout going on in every single session, whether you're 7 or 70. It's the one thing that will impact every part of your life. Today, on our 300th episode, we're talking about why confidence might just be the strongest muscle we build. Today on the Personal Edge Fitness Podcast. Welcome to the Personal Edge Fitness Podcast. I'm your host, Garrett Williamson, president of Personal Edge Fitness. Thank you so much for joining me today on a milestone, our 300th podcast. So thank you so much for being a fan and for making this all come to pass. We've been in the business of helping people feel better about themselves for a long time, a little over 25 years now. Our mission statement is simple. We seek to make people feel better about being themselves. That means every workout, every interaction, every moment you spend in our facility is ultimately about helping you leave feeling better than when you walked in. Most folks come to us for the physical benefits: lose weight, build muscle, run faster, lift more. And yes, we deliver on all that. But there's something else happening here, something most clients don't realize until later. Now, if you're interested in this podcast, if something touches you here or you're interested in learning more, feel free to reach out to us at area code 251-278-3343. That's 251-278-EDGE. Contact me, Garrett, at personaledgefitness.com. Personaledgefitness.com is our website. Our Facebook page is Personal Edge Fitness. Hit me up on X at Team PE if you so desire. Back to what we were talking about. We are quite literally in the business of building confidence and self-esteem. And don't get confused. I'm not talking about ego. Ego is thinking you're the best without anything to back it up. Self-esteem, that's knowing you're good because you're put in the work, seen the results, and proved it yourself. Today I'm going to share a few stories from our clients, some kids, some adults, that show exactly how this works. And then we'll talk about what science says about confidence, exercise, and the ripple effect it has in every part of your life. First, let me introduce you to a 9-year-old I used to coach in diving. His nickname was Hollywood. And this kid could dive. He was a tremendous athlete. In fact, he was the first 9-year-old in the state of Alabama to complete a back 1.5 off the 1 meter board. At local meets, everybody knew him. And they knew they were diving for second place. But when we travel up north in the state, no one knew who he was. And well, we'd have a little fun with that. During warm-ups, he'd ask me what I wanted him to try. And I'd say, hey, Hollywood, why don't you throw your 2.5? Now, here's the thing. He didn't have a 2.5. But the other divers didn't know that. He'd say, Coach, I'm not really feeling it. Can I just do my 1.5? And then he'd go out and throw a beautiful 1.5, one of his toughest dives, and the other divers would obviously notice. The judges, though they're supposed to judge every dive independently, subconsciously, they set a bar based on what they've seen. Hollywood would raise that bar on one dive. At one meet, 2 boys, kind of the big bulldog and little bulldog, Looney Tunes style, they watched him dive. Didn't know who he was. After his first dive, little bulldog, after the big bulldog whispered to him, little bulldog came over and said, "You're good, aren't you?" Hollywood nodded. After another great dive, the little bulldog returned. "You're probably going to win, aren't you?" Hollywood nodded in the affirmative again. One of my great dive moms, Miss Judy, came over and said, "I think you need to talk to Hollywood about his ego." I thought about it and said, You know, if he loses, I will. Because here's the truth. He wasn't being cocky. He was answering honestly. He was good. He was likely to win. And that's when I learned the difference between ego and self-esteem. Ego is puffed up talk. You can't back it up. Self-esteem is confidence you've earned through real work and real results. For Hollywood, that lesson in self-esteem was more valuable than any medal he could take home. And research shows that when kids develop that kind of self-belief early through sports, fitness, or mastering a skill, it sticks with them for life. Then there was this young lady who came to us in the 8th grade, a phenomenal soccer player. We paired her with one of our trainers, a former pro soccer player who not only had the skills to push her physically, but the kind of personality people just wanted to be around. They trained together all through her high school. She earned a full ride soccer scholarship to college. But here's the thing. Years later, she's now the head coach of the women's soccer team at a military university. And she still talks about how much her time at Personal Edge meant to her. Not just physically, but in the confidence she built. The relationship, the encouragement, the daily wins in training, those are what gave her the self-belief to lead a team and mentor young athletes. And again, science backs this up. Strong mentorship, skill mastery, and consistent effort in sports and exercise create a long sense of self-worth and leadership ability. And finally, an example from the other end of the age spectrum. An attractive, highly successful professional woman in her 60s. She'd faced medical challenges and actually, regretfully, had lost her husband early. But she built a second career and was, by any measure, already accomplished. But after a year of training with us, she told me something that floored me. She joined dating apps. She said she would have even considered it before, but she felt so good about herself, physically, mentally, and emotionally, that she was ready to put herself out there again. That's the thing about self-esteem built through training. It doesn't just change your workout. It changes the risk you're willing to take, the opportunities you're willing to grab, and the way you see yourself in the world. Now, this isn't just my observation. It's well documented. For kids, studies show that children who participate in sports and regular physical activity have higher self-esteem, greater emotional resilience, and reduced risk of anxiety and depression. In one long-term study, kids who played sports at age 6 had higher self-esteem and fewer emotional problems at age 13. For adults, regular exercise improves self-worth, life satisfaction, and self-efficacy at any age. Older adults who stay active score higher on life satisfaction and confidence, and these gains are often more important to them than the physical changes. The mechanisms are simple but powerful. Mastering a skill, feeling physically capable, being part of a supportive environment, and seeing measurable progress. So yes, we'll always be here to help you get stronger, run faster, lose weight, gain muscle. But the strongest muscle we build, that's your confidence. When you train with us, you're not just working towards a fitness goal. You're building a better version of yourself. And when you feel better about yourself, you bring a better version of you into your family, your friendships, your career, and every part of your life. If you're ready to experience that for yourself or for your child, give us a call at Personal Edge Fitness at 251-278-EDGE or message us on Facebook or Instagram. Facebook, of course, Personal Edge Fitness, and you can contact us straight through X at Team PE, reach out to me, Garrett, at personaledgefitness.com. I felt for the 300th episode, it was past time. We let you know one of the most important things we do here that we typically never talk about, but it affects every single client at Personal Edge Fitness, because building your confidence and self-esteem, that's just one more way we help you live your level of wellness. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you know of anybody that might enjoy this, please share it with them, and I hope I see you next time.